Introduction to Nur Ilahi. From the book, Ilmu Sedikit Untuk Segala Galanya, Dasar Tawhid Hakiki, A Bit of Knowledge for Everything, The Fundamentals of Divine Tawhid, by Adam Troy Effendi, Pusaka Medina Publisher, Bandung, Indonesia, 2017. In the beginning, there was only the empty space of the essence. Kalam, pen, or Nur Muhammad, Law Mahfuz, Arsi, and Sidratul Muntaha did not exist yet. The realms did not exist either. The Akhirat, Barzakh, the world of angels, and the world of jinn and humans did not exist. Heaven and hell did not exist either. Surely the heavenly soil used as the material for Adam's body did not exist either. In the beginning, there was only the empty space of the essence. This empty space of the essence was then known by many names. Zahiru Rabbi, Zat Allah, Zatul Buti, Absolute Essence, Ahadiyat, Latayin, Nokta Raib, Nur Ilahi, and Most Holy. All these terms refer to the great empty space of essence, which is the origin of the creation of all things. This empty space of the essence is also called Most Holy, because at that time, everything that was not God did not exist yet. This empty space of the essence is also called as Most Holy, because all creatures and all attributes of creation did not exist yet. Most holy or exalted, pure from all creatures, and pure from all attributes of creation. In the beginning, there was only the empty space of the essence. Then, after everything else was created, Nur Muhammad, the pen, Law Mahfuz, Arsi, and Sidratul Muntaha were created. The realms were created, the Akhirat, Barzakh, the world of angels, and the world of jinn and humans were created. All of it was created from the substance of Nur Ilahi. All of it was created from the empty space. Only Allah can create something out of nothing, while we, as creatures, can only transform what has already been created by Allah. Truly, Allah created the Nur Muhammad from his own Nur, and from it, he created everything else. Hadith narrated by Abdur Razak. After all of that creation has been created, the empty space remains, and it becomes the light of the heavens and the earth. Quran Surah Nur verse 35, that encompasses all things. Quran Surah Fusilat verse 54. Thus, this empty space of the essence or Nur Ilahi is the origin of the creation of everything. After all of that creation has been created, the empty space or Nur Ilahi becomes the container of all creatures, the container of all realms. Everything takes place in the empty space. In everyday life, what is meant by the term Nur Ilahi? In everyday life, the term Nur Ilahi refers to the empty space that surrounds your body entirely from head to toe. Simply put, if you are currently in a room, the Nur Ilahi is the empty space that exists between the tip of your nose and the wall in the corner. Similarly, if you are looking at a laptop or mobile phone screen, the empty space that separates your eyes and the screen is what is referred to as Nur Ilahi. Most people can see the distant coconut tree trunk, but the empty space in front of their eyes cannot be seen. Sheikh Undang Sirad, therefore what is referred to as Zahiru Rabbi, Zat Allah, Zatul Buti, Absolute Essence, Ahadiyat, Latayin, Nokta Raib, Nur Ilahi, and Most Holy is essentially the empty space that exists between you and the objects around you. In fact, Nur Ilahi is what you point to during the Tahiyyat in Salah. It has been seen, mentioned, and pointed out, yet still not recognized. How foolish. Sheikh Undang Sirad. However, it should be noted and not misunderstood that the empty space in front of you is not God, not Allah. The empty space in front of you is Nur Ilahi, the light of God. The light of God is certainly not God, but it is one with God. It is like the light of a lamp that is one with the brightness of the bulb, or the flame that is one with the heat. So when you point to the empty space during the Tahiyyat in Salah, you are essentially pointing to Nur Ilahi. Nur Ilahi is one with the Almighty. Thus, during the Tahiyyat in Salah, you bear witness to the presence of Allah. After all, since the beginning of the prayer, you have pledged Inni wajjahtu, right? Therefore, from now on, you should not be careless anymore about the existence of the empty space in between. Do not careless about the in-between. Wherever you direct your gaze, there is always an empty space that surrounds and permeates everything. And to Allah belongs the east and the west, so wherever you turn, there is the face of Allah. Quran Surah Al-Baqarah verse 115. And He is with you wherever you are. Quran Surah Al-Hadid verse 4. Wa huwa ma'akum, aynama kuntum. Wherever you are, I am there. Even after being explained in this manner, many people are still in doubt. Not only the lay people, but many scholars also cannot accept this explanation. Verily they are in doubt concerning the meeting with their Lord. Verily, He encompasseth all things. Quran Surah Fussilat verse 54. Verily, enlightenment have come to you from your Lord, so whosoever sees will do so for the good of his own self, and whosoever blinds himself will do so to his own harm. And I, Muhammad Shallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, am not a guardian over you. Quran Surah Al-An'am, verse 104. Pride is rejecting the truth and underestimating others. Hadith narrated by Muslim number 91. This is a sign that the knowledge of divine Tawhid, Tawhid Hakiki of the Pusaka Medina, is only intended by Allah for every ummah of Prophet Muhammad Shallallahu Alaihi Wasallam who feel called. It is only for every ummah of Prophet Muhammad Shallallahu Alaihi Wasallam that is worthy and has the potential to enter the Qawasul Qawas group. On the contrary, from an experience of about a decade entrusted to the late Murshid to convey the Tawhid Hakiki on the internet, it is actually the ordinary and humble people who easily accept it as the truth. Even if there are ulama who accept this information as the truth, most of them take it silently and convey it as their own understanding or receive it from their teachers. However, those teachers are unknown and have no knowledge of the empty space. These are the knowledgeable yet greedy and foolish ulama who convey knowledge without manners, without even willing to mention the name of Undang Sirad in the Pusaka Medina as the source of their knowledge. Allah is not pleased with those who lack manners and have a broken chain of transmission. Su'ul Adab and Su'ul Sanad. Divine Tawhid is not a matter of opinion, but rather it has been viewed as true. Divine Tawhid is the knowledge of the prophets and awliya, not the knowledge of the ulama, qiyais, and ustads. If you follow me, I do not profit. If you leave me, I do not lose. Sheikh Undang Sirad. Akhirul Kalam. From now on, we should not be careless about the in-between. We should strive to be more conscious than unaware about the in-between within 24 hours. Being conscious of the in-between is conscious by Allah. May Allah make it easy for all of us, including myself, to maintain this consciousness of Allah. Ameen. Wabillahi tawfiq wal hidayah. Wassalamun alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.